Once, in a small village by the Zambezi River, there lived a woman named Tete Pasi. With no family or children of her own, she often watched her neighbors from her small, barren hut, her heart heavy with envy. Her neighbor Tariro had everything Tete Pasi longed for: a loving husband, Shini, and a bright, joyful daughter named Rudo. Their fields flourished, and laughter filled their home. As the days passed, Tete Pasi's jealousy consumed her. One moonless night, unable to bear the bitterness any longer, she sought out Mehepo, a feared black magic practitioner who lived in the dense forest. "Mehepo," she said, her voice trembling with desperation, "I want wealth, a family, and happiness. Tell me what I must do." Mehepo's cold eyes glittered. "Such desires require a steep price," he rasped. "You must sacrifice something pure to the river. Bring me the blood of your neighbor's child and cast her into the waters. Only then will Nyami Nyami grant your wish." The next evening, Tete Pasi lured young Rudo to the riverbanks with tales of magic and wonder. As the innocent girl leaned over the water, Tete Pasi pushed her in, chanting the spell Mehepo had taught her. The river churned violently, and Tete Pasi felt a thrill of triumph as the girl vanished beneath the surface. But Nyami Nyami, the great Zambezi River god, was watching. With his immense, snake-like form shimmering beneath the water, he summoned the full power of the Zambezi. The water turned crimson as crocodiles circled the spot, but none dared harm the child. Nyami Nyami's deep, resonant voice called to the mermaids, his sacred guardians, to rescue Rudo. They lifted her gently and carried her to their hidden underwater village, a realm of shimmering light and serene beauty. In this mystical world, Rudo thrived under the protection of Nyami Nyami and the guidance of the mermaids. Nyami Nyami himself appeared to her in dreams, teaching her about the delicate balance of nature. He showed her how the river's flow shaped the land, nurtured the people, and sustained all life. The mermaids, too, shared their knowledge, teaching Rudo to understand and control the elements. From the river plants, they showed her how to heal and nourish. They guided her hands as she learned to coax flowers to bloom and herbs to grow, even in the harshest conditions. Nyami Nyami taught her to call the rains by understanding the dance of the winds and clouds. He explained how to read the patterns in the water's ripples, learning the moods of the river to prevent floods or droughts. The animals of the river, from fish to crocodiles, became her allies as she learned to communicate with them and guide their movements for the benefit of the people. Rudo spent 5 years mastering these sacred teachings, growing strong in spirit and wisdom. The mermaids braided her hair with strands of sunlight, and Nyami Nyami blessed her with an aura of divine grace. Meanwhile, unaware of Rudo's fate, Tete Pasi reveled in her newfound fortune. Her hut transformed into a grand home, her barren fields flourished, and a handsome husband appeared, followed by the birth of a son. She strutted through the village, basking in her ill-gotten prosperity. 5 years later, whispers of a miracle spread through the village. One bright morning, as the villagers gathered by the river, a radiant young woman emerged from the water. It was Rudo, now known as Chipo, her hair shimmering like sunlight on the waves, her presence exuding an unearthly grace. The villagers gasped as Chipo raised her hands, calming the restless river. Blessings flowed into the land, restoring failing crops and healing the sick. Her parents, Shingi and Tariro, rushed forward, tears streaming as they embraced her. "Our daughter has returned, a gift from the river," they cried. Meanwhile, Tete Pasi's world crumbled. Her wealth turned to dust. Her husband disappeared, and her son grew gravely ill. Desperate, she returned to Mepo, who only sneered. "You defied the sacred balance," he said. "Nyami Nyami does not reward wickedness forever." As her despair deepened, Tete Pasi became a wanderer, shunned and pitied by the villagers. Her once proud form was reduced to a shadow, and she muttered endlessly about her lost riches and power. Chipo, however, remained a beacon of hope. She forgave Tete Pasi and urged the villagers to honor Nyami Nyami. "The river sustains us," she said, "but we must live in harmony with it and with each other." And so, the story of Tete Pasi and Nyami Nyami became a legend, a tale of greed, loss, and redemption, carried by the river's eternal flow.